So welcome everyone. Today we're diving deep into what I like to call the future of work and work from home, a transformative journey from 2020 to 2025. It's incredible how much has changed in just a few short years, right? Think back to 2020 when the COVID-19 pandemic hit and bam, businesses had to shut their doors and switch to remote work almost overnight. It was like we were thrown into a sci-fi movie where everyone suddenly had to learn how to work from their living rooms.
Oh wow, right? Laughs. It's crazy to think about how people just adapted like that. I remember seeing all those memes of people getting dressed from the waist up for video calls. I mean, can you imagine how bizarre that was?
Exactly. It was like a new form of comedy. But seriously, this shift wasn't just a temporary blip, it was a paradigm shift. By late 2020, around 20 to 25% of the global workforce was remote, compared to less than 5% before. That's a massive leap.
Whoa, that is a huge jump. So I'm curious, what made companies realize that remote work could actually work? It's like suddenly everyone was in their own little work bubble.
Great question. Businesses quickly adopted tools like Zoom and Microsoft Teams to bridge the gap. It was as if everyone had to reinvent the wheel of communication, and the results were surprising. Productivity held steady or even increased in many cases. It's like discovering a new superpower you never knew you had.
It's wild how the whole productivity thing shifted. I've heard some people even say they're more productive at home because there are fewer office distractions. Did you find that to be true in your experience? Like, I imagine working in pajamas could be fun.
Absolutely. Many people thrive in their own environments without the constant chatter or interruptions of an office. Plus, there's no commute. You can use that time for a morning workout or just a quiet cup of coffee. But then, in 2021, things got interesting as vaccines rolled out. Employees craved flexibility, leading to hybrid models where they could mix remote and in-person work.
Wait, hold on. I can imagine that creating some tension between employees who want to stay home and big bosses wanting everyone back in the office. Did that really happen? Like, it sounds like a classic sitcom plot.
You're spot on. Companies like Google and Deloitte jumped on the hybrid model train, but there was significant pushback, especially from finance and tech sectors. They believed that in-office presence was crucial for teamwork and corporate culture, like an old-school belief that you need to be physically together to create synergy.
I get that, but isn't there something to be said about how tech companies can still collaborate remotely? I mean, like, when was the last time you saw a super cool Netflix show and said, hey, they must have all been in the same room when they wrote that?
Right? The irony. Fast forward to 2023, and remote work and hybrid work became the norm. Companies were adapting their operations, with about 50% of the global workforce working remotely at least part-time. This opened up a whole new dialogue on productivity, employee wellness, and tech integration.
Wait, but were there companies that were like, nope, we want you back in the office? Like, how did that pan out? It's like a tug-of-war narrative.
Yes! Those firms fought back fiercely, claiming that physical presence translates to higher productivity. They created a sort of workplace revolution, where organizations that offered flexibility were in direct conflict with those clinging to traditional office structures.
Wow, it sounds like a tug-of-war. How does that affect employees' choices and, well, being happy at work? I mean, what's the deal with that?
Great point. The ongoing debates indicate that employees crave flexibility but also miss those in-person interactions. You know, which is better, the coffee break chats or the freedom to work in your pajamas? So as we move to 2025, it's clear we're setting the stage for a new way of working, influenced by emerging technologies and ethical considerations about workplace monitoring.
Oh, my mind is spinning. It's like we're in this constant negotiation, right? This future of work keeps evolving. What do you think is the most important takeaway here for companies? Laughs.
That's the crux of it. Companies need to find a balance. leveraging remote work's flexibility while cultivating in-person collaboration when it's necessary. It's a dance, really. Flexibility is the rhythm, but structure can be that lead that guides the way.
That's so fascinating. It's like a tango. Laughs. How do they even begin to make that work? Do they just try things out and see what sticks?
Exactly. Experimentation and feedback are key. As companies adapt, they'll discover what combinations resonate best with their teams. Listening to employees can lead to innovative policies that shape the future of the workplace.
Wow, that's like next level democratic. I love that. It really feels like the workplace is transforming into something way more attuned to people's needs. Sigh.